Hello everyone, continuing with Ajar. I should mention that the next deck and song combo, they're getting pretty close to being finished. I think I'm about halfway done with the song, and then the deck is entirely finished. Taking a look at my opponent, it looks like I'm going up against a Crystal Beast deck that's actually using Advanced Dark. Now, I've seen a few Crystal Beast decks before, or actually not just a few, a nice amount of them, but I've never actually seen one that uses Advanced Dark. Everyone usually tends to use the original, I don't remember was it Crystal Coliseum or something? It might not be Coliseum in the name, but they all opt to use that. I don't think this is going to be that great against me. Its main effect is when your Crystal Beast gets attacked and destroyed, or just attacked. So probably won't be getting a whole lot of use out of this. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Morphing Jar number 2 with Duality. I have enough back row that it'll let me use the links I seem to always draw into. And since I have a Crane, I'll eventually need a level 3 in the grave, so that's Morphing Jar number 2, it'll go with Crane. Not to mention it's Morphing Jar number 2, it'll do a nice monster wipe if need be. So, curious what this face down is. Might be something like the Tortoise card. Now, does this only work with battle? Battle can take damage. Yeah, this only works with battle. So I'm going to Mirror Force this. I need to use one of these, and I'm gonna save Venus Shame for later if they summon something like a Rainbow Dragon, which, if they're using Advanced Dark, that's probably the point of it. It'll help get out all 10 Crystal Beasts that they need. And not to mention, I also have a Wild Tornado, so as long as I only have one of these, I can just remove it whenever I want to. Very nice, drawing a Bottomless, so even if they flip this and then summon another monster, I will still probably be able to protect it. Then the question is, do I want to summon more, or do I want to set Morphing Jar number 2? Probably not going to. Just on the off chance that they decide to attack this or something happens where it flips, I don't want to be sending this back to the deck. I want it on the field. And even though it would be extra insurance, I have so many back row that I'm not too worried at the moment. If I had probably one less, I would just chance it. Or maybe I'm thinking of that in reverse. Maybe it's because I have a lot of back row. I could set this, but I'm not too worried either way. Summoning a Ruby Carbuncle. So trying to suicide with this. Oh, and you know what? Sadly, I can't save both of them. So I'm gonna end up having to do nothing. This was a Tortoise. This doesn't have enough attack. Can this be used during either battle phase? Let's see if attacks. Okay. Battles. Damage. Oh no, it's just for battle damage. I'm gonna let this go through. There's nothing I can do to defend it anyways. That's kind of too bad. I was kind of hoping that they would summon something with 1500 or more attack just so I could bottomless it. Who summons a Ruby Carbuncle in attack mode? That was kind of weird. I guess it was a good play against a Worm Lynx, but I've never seen anyone do that before. Kind of funny. Okay, now here's the good time when I'm going to summon, or I'm going to set the Morphing Jar. And no reason not to. I'm going to set the Dark Coffin. Usually against a Crystal Beast deck, I wouldn't be setting so many cards because when they use Crystal Release, it would wipe my entire field and send everything to the grave. This just lets them put more Crystal Beasts on the grave. But since my opponent, not only do they not have 4 Crystal Beasts in their Spell and Trap zone, but they also don't have enough room for it, I can go ahead and set everything because I'm going to be using it well before they're able to do anything. And because they're attacking into Morphing... Really? I don't agree with that. What's the point of this? Just to... Okay, now they'll gain 100 instead of taking 100, although it was going to be superficial damage anyways. I mean, it's just 100. I ended up using 2 cards for basically nothing. Now, because the attack wasn't... Ooh, Morphing Jar. Getting a very... see, what did they get? A Ruby Carbuncle again. So getting a very dirty top deck with Morphing Jar number 2 going into the original Morphing Jar. The reason that happened is because they didn't have enough attack to actually destroy Morphing Jar number 2, which would usually try to activate while it's in the grave, in which case it can't be sent back to the deck so you don't get a monster. So this is one of the rare times where Morphing Jar number 2 actually got to recycle itself on the attack. Usually for that to happen I would have to flip itself and then it would send itself back to the deck. Then, let's see, I could use a Storm, but... oh, actually, because I have Karaz, I don't want to use Morphing Jar's effect just yet, although I kind of want to use it. Then again, I think it would be better off just... oh, tricky, okay. Not going to use its effect, I'm just going to... oh wait, no I can't Crane, I just sent it back to the... that's right, I don't have Morphing Jar. Or I already used the Morphing Jar number 2. Okay, that was kind of a misplay on my part. I think I've done that a few times. Now, what I can do here is I can destroy everything, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and flip Morphing Jar, make this duel insane, because now we're both going to have a lot of cards. And he got a... okay, wait, he got Tortoise and Sapphire Pegasus. How much defense does that have? Okay, stop it. Okay, 1200, and then Carbuncle has 300. So I have a 50-50 shot of attacking into the Carbuncle, which I would like to do. Unless I hit Pegasus, I'll take a little bit of damage and not destroy it. But then it also won't be a summon, so they won't get its effect. Darn, attacking into Pegasus, so... not what I wanted to happen, but that's whatever, I knew the risk. Now... I could use Storm, but I still have a lot of back row that I want to be using. I also... yeah, I don't want to waste it yet. I want to use Fiendish Chain and then use Bottomless. So then, when I do Storm, I can just use it on Wild Tornado and Dark Coffin. Although probably Fiendish Chain too, because it is a continuous trap, whereas Bottomless will be in the grave by then. And... see, not playing an extra deck, I just noticed that, so... yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Bottomless. I don't expect to see anything bigger this turn. And whenever you can banish a Crystal Beast, that kind of hurts them. They do need the numbers. Not even switching this to attack and then going for the attack, kind of surprising. Okay. Fiendish Chain, not looking like it's going to be doing me a whole lot, so... okay, first off, I have to turn on auto chain, or I have to turn off auto chain order so that I can make this chain in the order that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and use Storm. I'm not going to set the Abyss Scorn. It's just a Ruby Carbuncle, so no reason for me to do that. Now this will allow me to wipe out all of their spells and traps, aside from that, because I don't care about that. Then I have Wild Tornado Chain first, and then Tornado go no, I should have had Dark Coffin go first. Whoops. That's fine though, I'll just hit Cobalt Eagle. Now they have the choice of destroying a monster on their side of the field, or discarding a random card from their hand. Opting to go for a discard of a random card. Probably not a good idea. Now, I'm not going to be attacking with that, but this will let me get rid of Ruby Carbuncle. So, to the very least, the person has one less monster that I have to worry about. Now, I get to be really dirty, because if this Morphing Jar number 2 does go through, I can send the regular Morphing Jar back to my deck. Even possibly get it back if I'm recycling it with its effect. Which, that's happened before, where I've Morphing Jar number 2'd a Morphing Jar back into the deck, and then it automatically got top decked back to the field, which is crazy. Makes it feel almost like an empty jar deck, which an empty jar deck just mills your opponent's entire deck. Or it doesn't mill it, but it makes them draw out, and it just makes them deck out. So let's see what the Pegasus attacks into. Probably Morphing Jar, and then probably my face down, that would be my guess. Yes, going the smart way. I don't actually want this back in the deck, or I don't need it to be in the deck anyways. So, okay, I'm getting a monster with Morphing Jar number 2. Cool, got a Marshmallow without having to actually mill anything, except for a Fiendish Chain. This wasn't really going to be that helpful anyways, though. If this were an XYZ-based Crystal Beast deck, yes, Fiendish Chain would be nice, but Crystal Beasts on their own don't really have that great of effects. Then I can actually go into Crane this time. Oh, let's see. I think in this case, I actually am going to Abysscorn over both of these, because I want to get rid of their back row. And let's see, these send to the grave, so they won't even get these things effects, I don't think. Let me double check that though. Do Crystal Beasts have to be destroyed, or does it work when they just get sent to the grave? Okay, cool. So I could get rid of the Ruby Carbuncle and just deny them even more cards, or more Crystal Beasts in their back row, but that's not looking like, it's not looking like that's their goal. So instead, actually no, I might destroy the Ruby Carbuncle just so they don't ever get the effect. I'm kind of split between getting rid of Crystal Tree. Yeah, I think I'll just get rid of Crystal Tree. It lets them add even more, so yeah, I'll get rid of Tree and then whatever their back row is. Oh, okay. I guess I won't be destroying, I will be destroying Crystal Tree. So they'll destroy my Marshmallow, but don't care. So Abysscorn hits that, and then Abysscorn hits this. So they still lose both of their monsters. I'm still in a really good position. And now I finally get to go on the offense and use Crane's effect correctly this time. It's good to leave Marshmallow in the grave because it's a fairy type and I only run 2, whereas rock types I have significantly more. Then the question is, what do I even want to go for? Leviathan, I could actually use Levier's effect, but I'm gonna go into Engineer. That's a safe play. They haven't. Did they mill a Dark Hole? I didn't check. They haven't gone through Dark Hole yet. Nope. So I might as well have a monster with some defense to it, along with some bite. I'm obviously not gonna chain its own effect. That would be worthless. And Crystal Beasts, they don't have high attack or defense, except for Tortoise having 2k, which that's not really that great. So just having 1800 on my side of the field is enough to put on a pretty good amount of pressure. And I'm wondering what my opponent will do. I'm waiting for a Rainbow Dragon. So 1, 2... Oh, you know what? Actually, Rainbow Dragon isn't going to be hitting anytime soon because, geez, no, it wasn't 10 Crystal Beasts. I think it was 7 Crystal Beasts. They still don't have enough. Just going for a direct attack just to do 600. Okay. If I were them, I probably would have set this instead of trying to do damage. It wasn't really that great of an idea, but how many Crystal Beasts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't count this. So then with Cat, that's only 5. Interesting. Okay, so they only have 5. They need at least 2 more, and then they need to actually draw into the dragon itself. Now, I'm gonna set Absorb Jar, but not Waboku. I would like to save this. It might come in handy later if they do get out the Rainbow Dragon. So I'm just gonna set Absorb Jar just to, I guess, absorb their back row if they set any more. Although I guess whatever it is, it's probably not gonna do any good. But I would like to get rid of it just to see what it is. It could be something like a Crystal Raigeki. Okay, with Tiger on the field, I think that puts them at 6. So I do have to look out for just one more. I guess banishing the first one wasn't bad, though. It did kind of stall it out from getting up to 7 right away. Really? Oh, okay, so they're going to attack into Engineer, and this is going to allow me to flip this next turn and then go into another Xyz. So what are they going to try to destroy? Probably Absorb Jar? Yeah. That's fine. So this will be destroyed. I won't be going into an XYZ next turn, but that's fine. I'm glad that they got rid of this when they did. An Absorb Jar isn't exactly a good target, although they're probably fearful of my face downs at this point because they're so bizarre. Okay, so now I get to go in for the attack. As long as they can't get out a Rainbow Dragon, I'm I'm good to go. And then I'm also going to be setting Dandelion, and this way I can use Karaz whenever I want to. There's no way that they're going to be able to get over the tokens, even if they use something like a Dark Hole to wipe my field. So I feel pretty safe that I'm going to be able to use Karaz whenever I want to. Even after a couple turns, I'll probably still have the monster presence to actually be able to tribute summon. And I'm not sure how well Crystal Beast can top deck, especially when they have nothing in their back row. This is a clear field, just top decking, so probably not going to be able to do anything huge. But okay, summoning a Pegasus, so if they choose one that they don't already have in their grave, then that'll mean Rainbow Dragon will be a play. Okay, yeah, now that they have Tortoise, Rainbow Dragon is going to be live. I'm kind of surprised they haven't milled or drawn into one. They're running the trap that lets you search it out. Yeah, Rainbow Gravity. Oh, they can even use it from the grave, so... interesting. Pretty good card if you're able to have the setup for it, but it doesn't look like my opponent has a Rainbow Dragon yet, so maybe they're just running one and it's on the bottom half of the deck. They might as well be running at least two, though. I mean, if you're going to go pure Crystal Beast and even use the advanced field card, you might as well be running more than one. Drawing into it won't make it a dead card because you should have enough setup early on that you can just keep summoning it. But I am guessing that there's only one in the deck. Oh, just going for the attack. Okay. Not sure if I want... no, I'm not. No, I'm not going to do anything. That would be dumb. Kind of glad they didn't attack into Engineer, but I might have to suicide these two, even though I don't really want to. Although I could also go into Karaz. Okay, now I could definitely go into Karaz, so that kind of... Yeah, that makes my decision a bit easier. Tribute the Angry Fluff token. Then... I'm just gonna Yeah, I'm just gonna destroy Pegasus. This'll leave them at one back row because the other one's gonna be destroyed by a Wild Tornado. Yeah, I would have liked to not use this thing's effect, but I want to keep them kind of without too many options for... Actually, that was kind of a mistake. Maybe I should have just popped the Wild Tornado, not their monster. But no, that was fine. I needed to get over it. Yeah, no regrets. That was fine letting them draw a card. I don't care. They were already set up anyways with tons of monsters. Oh, they actually are running. Okay, it's Rainbow Ruins. They're actually running this. I'm not sure how well that works with Rainbow Ruins plus the advanced one. But if they don't have a hand trap right now, I have game. And yeah, it's looking like it's going to be game. So this is a pretty decent duel. GG to this person. And if you enjoyed this video, please comment, rate, subscribe, and stay brutal.